Washington should help us. I think we have suffered for too long from inattention, from negligence from Washington, D.C. And we really believe at the end of the day, mayors are the CEOs of our cities. We're on the front lines. People want to know that their mayors are involved, that we have the answers for everything. And they don't want to hear us say, well, that's a state issue, that's a federal issue. I think they'd rather hear us say, that's an issue that all entities of government are concerned about. We're working together, and we have solutions for you. We were recently rated as having the worst traffic gridlock from 5 to 6 p.m. on a Friday afternoon of all cities throughout the United States in a national study. What's missing from our quality of life in Honolulu is a light rail system that can be part of an integrated multimodal system that will enable us to connect the bus, connect bike lanes, park and rides, as well as a ferry system that we've started. And we need help from the federal government. We recognize that, for example, if Honolulu had done it 16 years ago, it was an 80-20 match. The city would put up 20%, the federal government was there with 80%. Today it's very different. You're lucky if you're going to get 30%, 20%, what have you. So we've actually put our money where our mouth is. We've actually raised our local tax, where we're going to collect 0.5%, roughly translate to $180 million a year over a 15-year period. And now we're beseeching the federal government to help us with the final 30% so that we can put in this light rail system that will help the fight against global warming, because it's the environmentally responsible thing to do. It will enable us to reduce our dependence on our vehicles. So what we basically see is an opportunity for people to have choices: the bus, their bikes, walking, the boat, and being able to integrate it to a light rail system here. Cities who have a mass transit system that concentrate growth around those transit areas are able to reduce their carbon footprint, and I want to do that. And that's why I think that light rail system will help us maintain that edge that we have now, that the Brookings Institute has accorded us by being the #1 city in America for reducing the carbon emissions that go into the air. I think both presidential candidates have their strong points, but so far we've heard very clearly from Senator Obama how he intends to help the mayor. In essence, he says, I want to be your partner. I want to be your friend. He's going to set up in the White House a point person to actually look out for urban issues, so that we know we can go to one person on his White House staff and not have to be bounced around several agencies. So we haven't had an opportunity as a body to hear from Senator McCain specifically with respect to his urban agenda. But knowing that we're going into a very hotly contested election, and I'm sure these issues will come up again and again, and certainly the U.S. Conference of Mayors are not going to kind of go by the wayside. We're going to continue to press them. We want to hear specifically from them how they intend to help us with respect to the issues that we face in each of our cities. I feel Honolulu is the bridge to the Asia-Pacific region. Where are the most dynamic economies today? China, India. It's all happening in the Asia-Pacific area. So I believe that we could be that focal point that would be the catalyst for economic growth for America. We understand this part of the world. Many of us speak the language. Many of us come from that part of the world in terms of our origin. And that's why travel and tourism is so important to us.